Hello and welcome to Selling Myself Short. I said early on that I was going to do some Let's Plays, and guess what? Today is the day in which I alienate most of you. Let's Plays are something I like to watch quite a bit on YouTube. One of the ones I really enjoy watching are made by a guy named Paul Soares Jr. Paul actually does, he's kind of the guy when it comes to tutorials on Minecraft. And a lot of folks actually start doing Let's Plays on Minecraft, so I thought, well, that's where I'll do mine too. It's not necessarily my favorite game. I enjoy it quite a bit, and I play it off and on. The girls really love playing it. Let's just jump in. Again, Paul Soares Jr., I'll link to his channel below. He does a very thorough job of explaining everything in Minecraft, or a lot of Minecraft anyway. And I'm not going to be able to do that justice. I just want to kind of play through and show maybe the first night of what it looks like. So here we go. I'm going to jump in and do a single player game. Yes, you can do multiplayer as well. I do that with the girls. I actually created a game a moment ago. I played through it for just a minute and I died on the first night. I've not died on the first night of Minecraft since the very first time I played it. So I chatted a little bit too much. Anyway, I'm going to just copy a world which I made earlier because it's a very cool layout. I'm going to be playing on survival mode. I'm going to turn cheats on, but that just allows me to turn the console on to look at things. If you do want to play this exact same world, you can actually copy this key. I will put a copy of this down into the description below, and if you use this exact same seed, then you will have the same world that I'm playing right now. So here we go. Minecraft starts out by generating this world based on a seed. It creates a random seed if you don't put one in, just like I did, and it will create a world. You can go out, there's a lot of different seeds you can use off the internet as well if you find a particular world you like. So here we go. Everything's coming in a little bit slower than normal because I'm recording, but this is what it looks like. Everything's kind of generated in these blocks. You can see the wireframe of the block, and there's actually quite a few animals, which is not super common for worlds I've generated, that there's so many animals just right off the get-go. But good to have. Here's some horses, different sizes. We can play with those much later in the game. We have chickens, and as Paul will tell you, chickens are spies. He calls them spies because they typically follow you around, and they're always around whenever you're doing something. So they're spy chickens. First things first, you can see my hand here. I can just left click on things with my fist. That's all you have is the one arm right now. And pick it up. Right, so there's a block of wood. I'm going to keep hitting on this tree with this block of wood until I get a few pieces. And I'm doing that so that I can actually make different items out of these pieces of wood. We're just really trying to get enough to make it through. Thank you, Avak. We're really just trying to do enough to make it through our first night. And so, is that not going to go away? I'm going to try to get just a few pieces of wood. You really can't have too much, but you don't need that much at the same time. Not for your first night. So I'm going to get just enough. That's it. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run around the corner here. I know that there happens to be some coal over here, and I need coal for torches. Chicken, he's running away from me. Oh, there's some sheep. Look how ugly they are. I'm just going to run through here. You can see there's all kinds of different items. There's big mushrooms growing, a lot of these big trees, which are kind of atypical for, this is a specific biome. That's how it's kind of broken up. So things spawn in biomes, or they're created in biomes. So there's a big area which is created, and a lot of the things are similar. This is sand that I'm walking on. These big octopus guys are actually, squid rather, are friendly. So you can get in the water with them, and I can get in the water and swim as well. Go down. You can create things later in the game which help you see underwater. And as you can see, I've got a little air bubble above my meat sticks there, showing how much air I've got left. Alright, so here's some coal here, and first thing first, we can hit this with this block and eventually get to it. However, it will destroy the coal when we do so. So we have to actually do something in Minecraft, which is crafting. Look at that. Have a crafting table. This is or not a crafting table, this is your built-in crafting ability. You can, look at that, follows you around. And I can create things, right? First thing I want to do is convert all of this wood into wood planks. Now you can click 1 and that gives you out those 4, or if I hold shift it gives me everything which could possibly be created from that stack. So I now have 36 planks, and if you orient these planks in different ways, put 1 in, it actually creates a button for things you can do later in the game. Again, you put 2 in, it creates a pressure plate for things you can do later in the game. I want to put in 2 in this orientation, it creates a stick because it looks like a stick. And lastly, if you put all 4 in, it creates a crafting table. I'm going to throw this crafting table down right here and orient things to first create a few sticks. It doesn't matter if you have too many of something, it's only going to create as many as was allowed based on that orientation. Now I have 8 sticks, and if you orient the sticks in such a way that it looks like, if you were to line these up, imagine it looked like a handle, and I put 1 down, look, it creates a shovel. It's pretty intuitive from that perspective, somewhat, or it's easier rather to remember the crafting shapes. But I'm going to throw up some things here. I need an axe in a moment, and then I'm going to throw up a couple more things. I will also need, see the shape here? I will need this pickaxe in order to get the coal out of the ground. All I'm going to do is, I've got my pickaxe selected. You can scroll through with your mouse, or you could actually also use the number keys. So 1 being the furthest left and 9 being the furthest right box. So as you see, I'm picking up this coal, and whenever I do that, there's actually little gold things popping up, which was experience. So that's that. I'm going to pick up this table. I'm going to pick it up with the axe. It's just a little faster than picking up by hand, and I'm going to just wander back to my home now. Multiple tools can be used for picking up different items. Certain tools are faster than others. I also want to pick up just a few pieces of sand. Now typically I would make a shovel for this and it's really fast, but I don't want to craft a shovel right off. And I'll show you what I'm going to use the sand for in just a moment. You can see whenever I hit the sand, it actually falls down below, so you have to be real careful with certain materials hitting them from below because they will fall on you. So that's enough pieces of sand. Let's go back to where we spawned, and we're going to create our first base. Now later on I can actually move my home by building a bed, and whenever you build the bed, what it actually does is it allows you to spawn in a different place. For right now, my spawn point is tied to, if I were to die, I would actually spawn back in this exact place where I spawned earlier. So this is where I spawned earlier, and there's a lot of nothing here. I'm actually going to make my way over to maybe this little hillside to build my first home. Now I can sit here and hit this with a pickaxe and see how long it takes. Let me craft, I'm going to craft a shovel real quick, and actually I'm going to do a stone shovel versus the wood shovel. You can see the head on it is made out of stone. And just want to show you the difference of what it looks like when you use the right tool for the job. But I'm just going to dig straight back into here, and this is what our home's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and make it just a couple wide for now, and I'll shape it up in a minute. Don't go crazy right off. All we really are trying to do is to get a spot made into the wall. And first things first, let's get this cleaned up just a little better. We have our little home here, and we're going to just craft a couple of torches real quick. So we're going to put a stick down and a piece of coal on top, and for every 1 stick and 1 coal, it actually creates 4 torches. So we'll get 8 torches because we had the 2 sticks. And we're going to place a couple of these on the wall to light it up. Now I'll show you what happens if we don't do that. And by the way, yeah, you can get those back just by hitting them. I'm going to wall us in real quick, and you can see it's more or less pitch black. And when we put the torch in, we have light. Pretty straightforward. I like to go ahead and place my crafting table down somewhere out of the way just a little bit. So we'll make a little cubby for it here. And really, you can have it like this and actually leave a block open so you can see out. No baddies in Minecraft can actually get through this hole. If you do too wide, the spiders can actually get through, but nothing else can. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. We're going to leave it 1 for now, and we're going to move this torch over to here because I need a little more space. We're going to craft one more thing here. We're going to orient these guys in such a way that, look at that, it's a door. Actually, it's 3 doors down. Next thing I want to do is actually craft something. I'm going to need some more stone. I've got some andesite and I have some cobblestone here. However, you can't use the 2 different types of stone together in one thing. You need all the stones to match. And I'll orient these sticks in that way, and we're just going to go back and make another pickaxe. But this is a stone pickaxe instead of a wood pickaxe. You can notice below the pickaxe that we've got a little green bar here. That actually shows the wear on that item. Eventually, when it wears out, the item disappears and it's gone. If you have 2 of the same wooden type pickaxes and there's wear on them, you can actually stack them on top of each other. The wear combines and you get 1 brand new pickaxe. Pick up those sticks that I didn't use, and we're going to work our way back into this andesite. It's just a different type of stone. A little further, so you can see it's actually starting to get dark out, and for just a moment we're going to block that in. We're going to take this guy back out, and we're going to put up one of our doors. There we go. So now I can actually just right click on that and open and close it. One of the things I like to do in my houses right off the bat is create a furnace. Now it does take coal to power the furnace, and the reason I picked up the sand earlier is if I throw a few pieces of sand in there along with some coal, it's actually going to cook the sand into glass, and we can just leave that going for a little bit and it's going to cook, right? And what I'm going to use the glass for is, stop doing that, to make a window. So it's actually just a glass tile, and I can build actual pane windows later if I want, but just for starters we're going to build it like this. And you know how earlier if I were to hit, I showed you if I hit things in the wall that basically I can recover just about anything. If you hit the glass, there's no way to recover it. Once it's placed, and that's all you're going to get out of it. Got a few more pieces here, and we shall place that. Go get that. Right, you can put a sunroof in if you like. But basically that's it. I'm just going to kind of sit in here for the first night and wait it out. Now you could mine back a little bit, but there's a possibility that you may hit a cave, and I really don't have very good tools right now, and in reality I don't have anything to kill animals with or protect myself. I'm going to need to kill animals to actually refill my... I am going to need something to keep me going for the night if I need to get out and kill something. So let me just make some protection real quick. Take my cobblestone, oops, wrong orientation, and make a sword, right? And you can arrange things however you like in your inventory. But basically that's it for the first night in Minecraft. You really just want to get a shelter built, and you can create whatever you want from here. There's a lot of different things that you can build. Come back in the next video and show you some of the other things you can make, but for now, that's it. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button below, and please subscribe if you do like my channel. See y'all later, maybe.